Hello, friends. Welcome back to The Drip. This is Jake,
This is Brady.
and thanks for tuning in for this coffee review. We have a bag that we're going to review today that was given to us by a couple of our friends. Brady, you want to tell them about it?
Listen, I think it goes without saying, we've said it before. We are grateful for donated coffee, and this is another bag of donated coffee to throw up on the pod and do a review. This is from one Tyler and Cindy McMurry. So thank you guys very much for sending us this coffee.
Yeah, we appreciate. We've had a few people give us donations, and honestly, what I appreciate is the generosity, but also these are every single one that's been given to us is not one that I would have picked up or looked into. So that's kind of cool for our friends that have given them to us because you get to taste something that you probably wouldn't have picked up off the shelf. So again, thank
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah, and and it could have been that people would be giving us like cafe au lait from HEB or Maxwell House or Pete's Coffee or Stumptown, which, hey, no knock on Stumptown. I actually like Stumptown. Um, but they're giving us stuff that's from places we've never heard of, from their hometown spots or their local spots. So it's been really cool.
But on top of that, we tell everybody, you know the rules. If you give us a bag, we're gonna rate it, and there's no feelings attached. Just as it could be my taste is not the same as your taste, and so um,
Exactly. I think we've said that before is that just because we don't like something or it's not our favorite doesn't mean that it's bad. It's just that this can be very subjective.
yeah,
Coffee
and,
can
and
be
we
very
don't.
subjective.
This is a subjective,
Hey, we're being,
unbiased score.
it's transparent. We just popped the bag open. Here's the bag. We just popped it open, grinded some beans up, and we're going to taste it. No,
Yeah, so
there it
boom.
is. Full transparency.
But before we get into that, it's time for everybody's favorite segment. What's on your mind?
What's
What's on
on
your
your mind?
Nailed it. What's on your mind, Brady?
Okay, just went on a family vacation. Um, did a little SeaWorld action for the holidays.
Love it.
And let me tell you, I was skeptical at first because it was going to be cold. Um, take me to SeaWorld at the holidays in the wintertime. I'm for it.
You see that Shamu in the snow.
Just take me there. No people, no lines, no crowds, same shows, less hours spent at the park, Christmas lights, Christmas music. I mean, what more could you ask for?
It sounds like, I mean, that sounds better than like going to Elf Town. Like this sounds amazing to me.
It was,
My
hey, it
question,
was a good time.
you told me you were going. You said, yeah, we're gonna go to SeaWorld. And I was like, it is December. Okay. Um, but then when you came back and told me all of that, I'm like, okay, I mean that makes sense. We'll go. The only time I've been, and again, for all of you that aren't familiar with SeaWorld, maybe not from Texas, I don't know. It's in San Antonio. And if you've never been to San Antonio, it is hot and humid. We've only gone in like July and March, and it's not the most enjoyable when it's 97 and 97% humidity, but it's still a good time. My question for you, you said it's the same shows. Do they still do the Splash Zone on December 5th?
They do not do the splash zones. Now
Okay.
they might, because it was cold when we were there. It was in the 40s, so it was a little cold. Now, typical San Antonio fall day, if you're hitting 75, I don't know, you might get a little bit of splash zone.
Okay.
But okay, so that was the lead in. Here's where things take a turn. This just blew my mind. Okay. Have you ever had to scan a QR code on a cup to use a fountain machine?
Can't say that I have. And
awful
we were just at
experience.
SeaWorld. We were just at SeaWorld in March, by the way.
Well,
But I
they
didn't
got a
do
new
that.
policy. They got a new policy.
How does
If
this
you
work?
buy a single cup, like just a 20-ounce cup, okay, and it's not one of the fancy like souvenir cups or anything. I'm just saying, you go and you buy a lunch and you get a drink and you go to
Are
fill
you
it up.
talking like a styrofoam
I'm like
1970s Coca-Cola cup?
paper, yeah, paper Coca-Cola cup.
Okay.
That thing comes with a QR code on it, and you go over to the machine, and this is when I started feeling really old. Okay, I, I can't figure out where am I scan this thing? What am I supposed to scan? How do I scan it? All I want is some soda in my cup right now. So I'm like scan. There's a QR code on the machine. So I'm like standing there like an 80-year-old man, scanning scanning the code on the machine, and it's taking me to a website. It's like 404 error not found. And so I'm the only person in there. I have to go ask the guy, how do I use this? And
uh,
he politely comes over there and he's like, um, you see that little red thing on the counter that has the barcode reader? And I was like, no, I did not see the barcode reader for my cup that I now have to use to fill up my cup. And it's one, like literally, they don't work. You start hitting buttons, not working. Scan your cup, gets the ice, gets the drink, and it shuts off. So you're telling me that SeaWorld's losing money over Coca-Cola? That's where I'm at on this whole thing. We gotta lock the machines with a QR reader? Really?
yeah, yeah. SeaWorld, they had some bad PR, man, on those animals, and I think they've taken a hit.
But of
So,
all the things, you're losing money on a 20-cent
yeah,
cup of
yeah. Do
Coke?
you not see that documentary on Netflix? Lock up the Sprite, bro. Lock it up.
Honestly, though, honestly, I was just
um,
shocked. I've never seen anything like that.
yeah, and that Coke cost you $7.
It was probably more than that.
So I would assume no
No,
free refills.
yeah, no free refills. So I'm trying to remember what we bought right there. I got one thing for my kids to share. I got something. No, me and Levi shared some chicken strips. Hannah got something. We got two little things of pudding. Lauren got a salad and two drinks. Guess what I walked out of there spending?
$68.37.
Dude, it was $92.
No,
And you're gonna
no.
lock me on the QR code on the drink machine? Give me a break. That was just
$92. Lock on the QR code. No splash zone. I'm out. I'm out.
other than that, I'm sold on SeaWorld at the holidays.
Yeah, this did take a turn because you came on starting off hot saying go. Christmas
I
lights all
just
in, and then now you're like, I'm out. QR code on the soda
I think
machine.
it I think it just set me off that I'm old and couldn't figure out how to use the QR reader,
You got
and it
offended.
just
I get it.
really deterred my mood at the time.
I get it.
Also learned my lesson. Should have bought the all day dining pass. What an idiot.
How much was that?
It was like another $50 a person, but you use it one
50
time
per
and you pay
person?
for it. Yeah, but you use
That's
it
fair.
one time.
That's fair.
So anyway, I digress. But surely, surely we're not losing money over 20 cents at the Coke fountain. I don't know. That just seemed
Mm-hmm. Hey, so when
unless
we
Billy
went,
Bob's unless Billy Bob's rolling in there with this igloo cooler and like a big bladder in his
the big
camelback
gulp,
filling up his Dr. Pepper in it.
no, he's got his big gulp from 7-Eleven trying to. So when we went, they meet you at the gate and you have to buy your tickets, right? Unless you buy beforehand, but we didn't. We just bought them at the gate. Of course, guy comes over and he's like, "We can get this family pack." or you can buy your tickets. And it was going to be like, if you just bought the tickets, it was going to be like $150 more than if you bought this special package that included all this other stuff. And I was like, well, it seems like a no-brainer. We're going to buy that. Even if it was just for the tickets, like it's 150. That may not have been the right number, but it was something dumb. Anyway, we buy it, and it comes with like, here's this coupon, and you get this coupon and this coupon. Of course, we didn't read the fine print on the little coupons, and like couldn't use half of them, or
Oh,
even
it's
more than
like
half. And I was like,
come back for another visit.
something, or like you had to spend X amount of dollars. And I was like, no, or it was something dumb. One of them was for that what is it, like the Aquatica or something that's attached to it,
Yeah, the water park. Yeah.
but it was closed when we went for or something, and I was like, okay, all right, that's cool. So, SeaWorld, come on, do better. But other than that, go with Christmas.
I will say there was another funny thing that me and Lauren kept laughing about is we'd be sitting down at the little shows and there's people walking around trying to sell like they were selling blankets and plush animals and all this stuff and it was like a $15 blanket here, uh 30 in the store. And I'm like, but shouldn't it just cost the same if I buy it
Yeah,
right here or at the store? And then it was like, oh, plush Shamu, 30 here, $80 in the store.
yeah, yeah.
I didn't buy either of those items, but
So we let the girls pick out a souvenir on their way out. I was not thrilled about it because I was like, they have enough junk at home. It'll be like trash by the time we even make it on the 6 hour ride home. Anyway, Peyton picked out, they call it a bubble pop, and I don't know where they got this name, but it was basically like you probably saw them, the little bubble makers that have like a well shape on it, and it just puts out bubbles. My kids love bubbles. I don't know. They bought that. Well, Peyton got that, and Penny's like, oh, I need that. I'm getting another one. I was like, why don't you get something different and y'all can just share? So Penny goes in and picks out this giant Shamu whale, stuffed animal. So we spend like $60 on these two things. And again, I'm like, really? They have enough junk. They have enough stuffed animals. I will say, for some reason, that bubble pop has like been the number one toy since March in this house. And that well that Penny picked out, she sleeps with every night. So I don't
well,
know. I was
that's
wrong.
that's good to know because we walked out of there with a bubble popper machine. So
You got one too? Let's go. I'm gonna send
yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna send Penny and Peyton over with Hannah. They're gonna have a bubble pop party.
We we deterred from the plush animals because we have too many. And that was like the next item that the eyeballs
Yeah,
saw was like, oh, the bubble machine, gotta have it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But all
There
right,
you go.
well, that's what's on your mind. SeaWorld in December is what's on Brady's mind.
Hey, hey, go for it. Try it. I rode all the big roller coasters. We got to ride some in the dark. Nobody was there. Walked right up. It's great. Good time.
I mean, that does sound cool. Imagine going to like Six Flags and there being no lines. I mean,
Oh, it was like I would do it again, 10 out of 10, just for that
yeah,
reason. Less people.
yeah,
So
cool. All right. Well, that is what's on your mind for this
there you go.
episode. But let's get to the coffee review. Do you
Yeah,
have the bag? Can you show us?
I do have the bag. I think because of the way we got our phone set up, it's going to be backwards potentially. But
So
let's see if you can.
if
This
it's
is correct.
backwards, just put it in your mirror and look at it, and you'll be perfect.
There you go. This is the
Collective Coffee.
Dreamer blend from Collective Coffee out of Wichita Falls.
Yeah. So our McMurray friends that gave this to us are from Wichita Falls area, the Wichita Falls area, and Brady, I think you said they went home to visit and they brought this bag back with them.
Yep. Yep. Went home to visit and brought this back to us.
Yeah.
Tyler had asked
Well,
if I had heard about them, and I had not. I've not been there. I do. I've got some family that lives in Wichita Falls as well, but I've never been there.
yeah, I've driven through there going. My mom's from um up north, not Texas, And we've driven through Wichita Falls a few times growing up, but not enough to say I've visited Wichita Falls. Like it's literally driving through. So
Is
I
your
think I
mom
played.
from Oklahoma?
My mom was from Iowa.
Iowa, way up there.
Yeah. Well, she's born in Des Moines, Iowa, and then she grew up in Missouri, and then they moved to Nacogdoches, Texas, or Marshall, Texas. Marshall, Texas. So
Went from the farmland to the farmland to the forest land of East Texas.
so I don't think she listens to this, so I'll tell the story. I, her dad was he like remodeled homes and things, and they were living in Maryville, Missouri at the time, little town. If you've heard of North, is it Northwest Missouri State or Northeast Missouri State? They're the Bearcats. It's like a D3, D4 perennial powerhouse football team.
Green and black.
Yeah.
Is that where Trevor Adams went and played
Yes.
quarterback?
Yes.
Did they win a championship with him, or did they like it was?
They're always in the championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go. Small world.
So my mom grew up in that town, and um, story. I don't know if this is true. This is just what I was told from my grandmother. Is they were ready to move, get out, and they opened up a map and said, "Where are we going?" And they did the whole blind point, and they ended on Marshall, Texas. So they moved to Marshall, Texas. My mom went to SFA in Nacogdoches, and then my parents met in San Angelo.
There
So
you go.
and then my dad got a job in Odessa, and that's where we are. So
Cool. Six
anyway,
circles of Jake ending up in Odessa.
hey, that's it. So um, we're gonna kind of take the back road back to Wichita Falls and Collective Coffee now.
There
But
you go.
uh, but yeah, so Wichita Falls, it says here on their website. To be honest, there's not a lot on their website. I've got it pulled up, and you go to the About tab, and it has a picture of them in front of their what I assume is their cafe, and it says Coffee and Community Collective is owned by the Roberts and Wilson families. They opened their doors at 4001 Taft in March of 2021. Here's the cool part that I liked. After a year and a half of catering and doing pop-up events in our mobile cart setup.
Yeah.
And we that's kind of hits a little close to home for somebody that you used to kind of what you got me into with the first cup I had of craft coffee with Chiaro locally.
Yeah.
So the carts are a pretty cool experience. Um,
It's getting really popular. Like the whole pop-up cart or catered cart, coffee cart thing.
yeah,
That's pretty popular now. I don't know. I'm sure there's multiple out here in this area that do it, but
yeah.
I know there's somebody in Abilene that will travel back and forth and around. Um, it's a pretty neat business model though. You got low overhead and you do what you can.
I mean, it makes sense if you think back like 5 to 10 years ago, the food truck world was really taking off, and that kind of fizzled out. There's still a few out there in Odessa that are pretty good, but it didn't really escalate and keep going like I thought it was going to, and I think it maybe did in other places, just maybe not Odessa and Midland. Um, but we've seen more of the coffee food trucks or the coffee carts. We've seen that kind of take off. And you're right. I mean, you think about the overhead aspect of it. You don't have the brick and mortar lease to pay for if you don't own it, you know. You can move around, travel around, hit different audiences. So it's not a bad
Yeah, and I
idea.
think,
Maybe we'll
you know,
do it.
and it pulls like the corporate crowd in. You can hire somebody to cater a little event or a party, set up their little stand, and they charge you either probably per drink or like a flat rate for however many hours. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's a popular thing right now. Um, okay, so about the coffee, I did a little looking, and really just kind of found this out on the bag, but on the bag, you can see like two little logos. I
Hmm.
don't know if you can see that very good. So I did some looking, and it looks like Collective has another place roast the beans for them, and it's called Palace Coffee out of Amarillo, Texas. So I pulled up the Palace page, just out of curiosity, to see some of the stuff that they had available. And this seems like it's a um, this Dreamer blend is like the house blend for Collective that those folks make for
Okay.
Collective. Yeah, you can kind of, it's kind of two in one there to hit on some of both of them. But
Yeah.
that's pretty popular. I don't think we've really talked about that to this point. Um, but that's pretty common, especially like if you don't have the capacity to do it, you just basically collab with somebody else to roast your beans for you for what the flavors are that you're looking for to offer at your cafe or whatnot.
Yeah, and we saw that 12 gate. He roasts for other people. And like you said, it's pretty it's more popular than you think. And the more you dive into it, the more you may see it. It's I wouldn't say it's a bad thing if you go somewhere and you like their coffee, but then you find out they don't roast their own beans. It's not a bad thing because it does take a lot to be able to roast your own. That's a lot of money, a lot of time.
Well, and I
So
think it's also it forces you to really make somebody put the attention to detail in what you're wanting, to make sure you get it right. Because
yeah,
every roaster is different. It's kind of like our tastes. We're subjective one way or the other. A lot of
yeah,
roasters, they're subjective in what they offer. You know, not everybody's just offering, um, you know, flavor added coffee. Not everybody's offering strictly single origin. Not everybody's offering just espresso roast. So they have like these little subgenres of what they like to kind of niche in. And so when you find somebody that can do what you want them to do, you know, it's then on Collective to make sure that it's up to par on what they want to offer for their house
yeah,
blend.
for sure,
I'd be
for sure.
curious. I'd be curious to know because there's not anything on the website. Like, I'd be curious to know if they offer other coffees in store, um, either through Palace or somebody else. Like if they offer different bags, or if it's just like you can buy bags of the house blend.
Yeah,
I'd be curious to know that.
yeah. Tyler, Cindy, if y'all can chime in and let us know. Like Brady said it, pulling up their website. There's not a lot on there. They have a very small about section and um, not a lot of information about what they do offer. So um, love to know more. I mean, I like their branding. Pretty cool logo. Coffee shop
Yeah,
looks pretty coffee shop like. So maybe if I next time for work, sometimes I drive up through to Wichita Falls to go into Oklahoma City, Tulsa area. Maybe I'll be able to stop in here. So
yeah,
it's a long drive. Maybe I need a cup of coffee to get me through it. But anywho, we have already brewed this up in our cups. So Brady, you want to dive in and get to the taste testing?
yeah. Let's do it. I've got it brewed up.
One cup, dink it.
Think it, think it.
Don't look at it because I'm going to ask you, Brady, what does that bag
Yeah, I'm not.
cost?
I'm not. I won't.
How big is the bag?
This is a 12-ounce bag, and it's a Brazilian blend
Have
with
we had Brazilian
Ethiopia.
on the show?
I don't think we've had anything from Brazil.
We've had Ethiopia.
Um,
I don't think we've had Brazil.
yeah, I don't think we have. I don't think we have. Now, okay, so these are both natural coffees. It's a Brazil Cerrado and Ethiopia Oromia.
Hey, there should be three on that bag, no?
This one only shows two, but like I said, this is specific to Collective's house blend, so it might change as
Well, so
seasons go on, as years go on.
well, this is something interesting too. Maybe we can tag Collective in and see what they tell us. But when I Googled it, I Googled Collective Coffee Dreamer, and I found a picture of it, went to it, and it's showing the label, and it's Dreamer, and it says Brazil Cerrado, Ethiopia Oromia, and then it says El Salvador Santa Ana. Like there's three blended in. Maybe this is an old
So,
bag.
so you've got Brazil, Ethiopia, and El Salvador.
Hmm.
Hmm. There you go.
What are your notes
Yeah,
on
that
that
is
bag?
milk chocolate and fresh berries.
Okay. On this picture, it says milk chocolate, honey, and berries. So maybe it's a different blend. Okay.
I'm sure that over time, okay, so we like you were just talking about having different spots, different blends. The volume blend from 12 gate, he's constantly changing um what he sources for that blend
Hmm.
as coffees come in and out of his program. And so it could be the same thing there where
Yeah.
these two they had it in a good spot for offering that house dreamer blend. Where that particular bag you're looking at, maybe it was just that was what was available, and they used three to get the same similar taste.
Yeah. Tell me how much that bag costs. What do you think?
This one's hard for me because I know that in the coffee world right now, until just recently, I think the U.S. government just took away all tariffs on coffee.
Yeah.
That's been pretty recent. They took away tariffs on coffee, so Brazil was one of the ones that was getting hammered
Yeah.
with like 50% tariff. So I'm gonna say $17 a bag. That's where I'm gonna start. I've seen it, I've smelled it, I've tasted it. I'm gonna say 17.
What do you taste?
I get a little bit of milk chocolate. I don't really get the berry cutting through very much. It's
Hmm.
subtle. Um, this is another one to me that like if you made like a pot of this, anybody could drink it. It's
Yeah.
like a baseline medium roast coffee.
Yeah. We
Not
talked
too
about it.
crazy, not
If you
too
watch,
dark.
yeah, if you go watch our Advent review for the first week, 1 through 7, um, there was a coffee we talked about. There was a couple of them where it's like this, if you have somebody like getting into coffee that they don't know what they really like, or they're coming from like me, they were coming from black coffee, just like Folgers, Maxwell House, getting into the coffee world. And there's one on that Advent, the Onyx Advent calendar that it's just kind of, it's really good, but I called it the gateway coffee because it's just balanced. There's a high end of sweetness there, but it's just full bodied, I guess maybe is the way to say it. This one it seems really
It's
similar
not,
to that.
yeah, so it's not that like super acidic smack you in your face and that turns some people away.
Yeah.
Um,
It it
yeah,
seems
very, it's very neutral to me. It's
yeah,
very neutral,
yeah.
which again is not a bad thing, especially if this is their house blend and they're going to probably be using it for everything. So they're going to be using it for
This is what
drip.
you
They're going to
want.
be using it
Yeah.
probably to make milk drinks. They're going to have it in everything.
And to be honest, if I went there, um, knowing that to a coffee shop that had the one offering, it's kind of a smart thing to do, right? I mean, it's just that middle ground.
Yeah, I
Nothing,
think
no
like if I
no
had to,
notes stick out to me, to be honest. The milk chocolate kind
yeah,
of does, but it's just kind of it's full body.
yeah. I think if I was going to make another cup, um, with my origami, I would probably grind it a little finer than I did and just try to see if I could pull any more of that out. Or I might take some and throw it in my espresso machine and try to make an Americano, see what happens.
Yeah,
So that
I'd
that
be
almost that
interested.
to me seems like it would be a decent espresso coffee.
Yeah, I'd be interested to also put it in, like you mentioned, the drip machine or even like Jackie's that grinds it up and makes one cup at a time. just to put it through that to see if it's any different. Because I feel like this is one that wouldn't change really a whole lot depending what you put it through. So,
No, I agree.
I think I'm ready.
You want me to give a final price, or do
Yeah,
you want to score it first?
no, give me a final and then we'll score.
What I say, 1750, 17.
Said 17.
I'm gonna stay at 17. I'm gonna stay there. I don't know.
Okay. Price for this bag is $18.
There you go.
That's a good price, I think.
Yeah, yeah. For a 12-ounce bag of coffee, something that you could run through your coffee maker, throw it on a pour over, throw it in your espresso machine.
Hmm.
Versatile, very neutral. Anybody could drink it. Serve it to your friends, family.
Yep.
I'd buy that for $18 a bag. I would be curious to try maybe something else uh if they offered anything else from Palace, just out of curiosity to see what else they got going on. But yeah, all in all, it's very, very neutral coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. That's a good way to say it. Very neutral. Balanced, neutral,
You
however
got
you
a
want to
score?
word it. I do. Do you?
I think so.
All right. Three, two, one.
3, 2, 1, 6.6.
6.2. Yeah.
I think that's a fair score. It's just a balanced, nothing overwhelming, just middle of the road.
Hmm.
And that might, when I say that out loud, it kind of sounds negative, but it's not. I'm just saying it's like a streamlined coffee offering that I would expect somebody to have available.
Yeah. I mean, I'd make that in the morning and drink it with zero issue.
Yep.
Cool. Well, that is
There you go.
Collective Coffee, Wichita Falls. If you're going through the area, check them out. If not, get on their website, check them out. Again, there's not a lot on there. You may have to call them if you want to order something. But and if you call them and they have some other offerings, let us know. Chime in on our Instagram or comment on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you can comment. Or if you know us, tell us in person. That'd be great too. So, but anyway, that's your review. Collective Coffee, Dreamer Blend. Check them out. Tune in, YouTube, Spotify, Apple. Um, that's a review. This is Jake.
This is Brady.
Drip out.
Drip out.